Hello guys, good morning. Mm, Second. My screen is not visible. My screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, so let's start. So last session we see about this user management thing, right? The basic uh creating the user, all these things, right? Um yeah, creating the user, providing the grants, and this specific DB specific, column specific, table specific. So all these things we gone through in the last session. So in the today's session we will try to address the rest of the things. Okay. So mostly we will see about this new features available in the 8 plus versions um, and this plugin validate password plugin some resource management for the user. So we will try to address all these things. So first of all, like you can restrict the user. Like let's say, so usually whenever people creating some monitoring user, uh, then if you see that that PMM, there also they define like this user can trigger this much of queries, or this user can create this much of sessions connections to the MySQL. So these all things you can define. Okay. So for example, we have this queries per hour. How much queries we need the user can execute per hour, and how much update statement the user can execute within an hour, and how many connections maximum the user can create it per hour, and also maximum allowed connection for the user. Okay, so these all things you can restrict. So this is something mostly we will use it on the monitoring user to avoid more connection from the monitoring user, and some of the user also you want to restrict. That is something you can do. Okay, so for example, let me show something here. Mm, so this is the user, right? Okay, let me admit. 1 second. So this user I'm going to create. So here you can see the maximum connections per hour, which is 3. So let's try it out. So for example, I am making one connection here, MySQL-u app user, and password is this one, right? So I'm just made one connection on this session, and similarly I am making one more connection here, and here again one more connection, right? 3 connections are already made. So the maximum allowed connection is 3, right? Maximum connection per hour, which is 3. Now let me try to make the fourth connection and see. See, it is telling, oh, this is different. 1 second. Yeah. So you can see this is like app user has exceeded the max connections per hour resource. Current value is 3, right? Let's say if you want to allow more, for example, you can also modify it. Modify using the alter statement. For example, now from 3 to 5, max connections per hour 5. I think it is not needed. Let me remove the rest of the things with the maximum connections. 1 second. Yeah. So here I just connected with the root user and I am updated the connection. Now I am trying to connect with the app user. I am able to log in. Again, when I create 2 more sessions, again I will hit the same error. Okay. So this is something you can control. Control the user's connections and similarly queries, how much queries the user can execute within an hour. Okay, so from my experience, I did this one time. The thing is, one of the tool, monitoring tool for one of the customer, they was keep running a lot of checks. It was doing. Uh, the iteration is very like aggressive. Lot of queries that actually slow down their database. So after checking and discussion with the customer, we finally did some restriction for that user which they were using for their monitoring. We actually restricted the connection queries per hour, I think. Queries per hour. We set some threshold to control it actually. So yeah, so this is something based on your situation. If this is something needed, you have the option to do it. Okay, fine. You can do it while creating the user as well as you can also modify later with the alter statement. And these are the four things you can do. Okay, these are the queries per hour, max updates per hour, max connections per hour, and the max user connection, overall connection to be allowed. Okay, fine. So this is the one. And let's say if you want to set some user expire, like if someone is temporarily accessing your database and you want to set some expire, let's say 1 month or 2 month, 3 month. You want to while creating the user itself, if you want to set some expire, that is possible. You need to just add something like this. Okay, password expire interval is 90 days or 60 days, 30 days, whatever that you can do. So, for example, if this app user is already created, right? What happened? Okay, so I connected with another app user which does not have the permission, right? So, just connected with the root user and executing this. And if you see this, like star from mysql.user where user equal to app underscore user slash g. So here you might see this one, password lifetime, right? Password lifetime. So which is 90. In case if you want to monitor that, that is also you can do. Okay. And 1 second. Similarly, you can lock the account and unlock instead of dropping the user. You just want to lock the user, that is also possible. For example, now let me log this user, app user. I did log, and if you see the same thing, account logged is Y now. It is X, right? Now let me try to log in. Log in with the app user. App user. You can see access denied. Account is locked, right? Account is locked. That particular user, app underscore user, that is locked. And the similar way you can unlock also. Uh, Let me copy 1 second. Just to unlock app user. Now it is I mean account logged is no n, right? So now you might be able to log in. So this is also something you can do instead of dropping temporarily. You want to uh, log the access for any user. That is something possible. You can do that. Okay. This is lock and unlock. And this is one of the thing dual password uh, for which means for a single user you can mm, you can provide two passwords. Okay. So for example, so when this is useful is let's say if you want to change the application user password in your database environment database environment then you may have different config files, right? You may have some different config files. So changing the password is not that easy, right? Because once you updated the password in the database, the existing, I mean, the new connections which is from your application might be broken, right? It will break. So in that kind of situation, if you are planning to update the password, or if you are planning to keep rotate your password monthly wise or something like security wise, because some people are doing that. They will rotate their password weekly once, monthly once. That is actually happening in the world. Okay, so in that kind of situation, this dual password will be really helpful because your application user will have two password. I mean the old one. I mean the one which is used by the application. That is the one. 1 second, let me admit. And also you can create one more password as well. So the user can access the database with both of these passwords. Okay. Now, while you can create the new password and you can start the update your config file with the new password. Once that is done, then you can just discard the old password. So you will not face any kind of downtime. So without downtime, you can simply like you can simply update or rotate your passwords for the application side. Okay, so let's see that how to do that. For example, let me create one user. Create user T1 at local host identified by T1 at 321. Okay, so this is the user and this is the password I have, right? MySQL -u T1 -p. This is the password, right? This is the password I'm able to log in. Okay, now let's see. Now I again connected with the root account. So here you can see this is the actual command. I am going to execute this alter user T1 at localhost identified by new at 123 retain the current password, which means the current password will also be there. Okay. For example, I did the alter. Now let me log in with the new password first. Okay. See, I'm able to log in. And let me try with the older password. See, I'm able to log in. I'm able to log in the T1 account with both new password as well as old password. So now you can start updating your config file with the new passwords. Once that is done, then what you need to do, just discard the older one. Okay, so that you can do alter user the same thing, discard old password. Okay, so once you done this, what happened? You can able to log in with the new password, but you will not able to log in with the older password because you already discarded the old password. Okay, so this is something possible in the MySQL. Actually, I have one interesting thing now. Let's see. I did not check this before, but I want to check that. How this both the password will be stored in the MySQL.user table. I did not check this before. Let's see. Okay. So currently we have one password for T1 user, and I am going to add one more password. For example, T1. Okay. So now, yeah. So now this user have both the password. Select star from MySQL.user where user equal to T1. So currently this user have two passwords. Uh, okay, here it is. User attributes, additional password. Okay, cool. So it has this one as well as it is here as well. Now let me discard. Uh, discard. Now if I'm checking, okay, that is gone. Cool, cool. So it was adding the user attributes and the additional password will be kept here. Okay, fine. Um, so this is about it. And the next one is password reuse. Okay. So this is something like let's say um the you in the Microsoft account, I think you may had this experience. When you are using one password, you cannot use it again. I think even with the Google also that we can set up enforce it that thing. Okay, so at least for some time, maybe couple of months or 1 year or more than that, whatever. So within that duration, I should not use the same password which I used before, right? So that is kind of security thing, just reusing the password. Maybe like monthly once we may need to reset the password, but it will not accept the older one, right? Older one, we need to do something new, right? So that is also something we can set it up in the MySQL. So for example, this T1 at localhost, you can set the password history 5, which means cannot reuse the last 5 password. Okay, and how long that will be defined in the interval 365 days. Okay, within this 1 year, I cannot reuse the last 5 passwords again and again. Let's see. Let's test it. So, but by the way, what is the current password for this guy? T1 at localhost. Not sure. Let's set new password first. Alter user T1 at local host identified by T1 at 321. Okay. So this is the current password for this T1 user. So now I'm just going to enforce it should not use the last five password here for the 1 year. Okay, fine. I just set it up now. Now, here you might see this. Uh, okay, I need to change this 1 second. Hmm. Otherwise, let me quickly create. Let's with this user. Okay. Why I need to change it again and again. So I just created one new user, which is the report underscore user. Okay. And this is the password. Now I'm going to add, alter, modify that user with the history, password history 5 and reuse and role is 365. The same thing. Let me admit 1 second. Okay. The same thing. This is done. Okay. Now you can see I have different alter user statement to change the password. You can see the first one is changing the pass as 23456, right? So we are just trying to hit this limit. Okay, password history limit so that we can reproduce it, right? So I think let me copy all the five and yeah. Okay. So we are just keep changing the password for this one, different passwords. And you can see now we already have created five passwords. One, two, three, four, five, six. Sorry, one, two, three, four, five. Right. Now let me try to do the again alter to change the password with the same which I did before. Okay. For example, I'm going to modify this password again with 2. You can see, and here I'm going to do 3, right? It is not accepting. Let's say I'm using 5. It is not accepting. And finally, if I'm doing 7, it accept because 7 I do not have that before, right? I just had the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here you can see when I'm trying to change the password, which I did last 5 times, which I used, it is telling cannot use this credential for report user because they contradict the password history policy, right? Because we added the password history policy to 5. So, which means the user cannot reuse the same last 5 passwords, right? And also you can set the interval, like how much days that you want to do that. That is also possible. Okay, fine. So this is something the reuse policy we have in the MySQL, and the next one is plugin validate password plugin. So you may already aware of it. For
Sorry, on this, like this policy, we can check with that show create user, means in DDL. What are the policies are there for particular user?
I don't think you can set it, check in the show create, but
Where to check policies?
this should be there, right? Select star from MySQL dot user where user equal to what is that? Report underscore user. Right. So here you can see password reuse history is 5 and reuse time is 365. So all your global privileges, all these things will be maintained in the MySQL.user table. In the last session, we see that, right? So you can check this whether your account log, all these things, you can check it in
Okay.
the MySQL.user table itself. Okay. And yeah, let me check that also. Show create user. Uh, hmm. Yeah, so this password history you can see here, 365 days. Here also you can check it. Okay. But the general way is you can check all the things, attributes, everything you can check in the global table, that MySQL.user table. Okay, fine.
See, we can see the password
Hmm.
in one liner in is a hex format. Whenever we run the this command by using, I will say send you one variable. One second, let me
Yeah, yeah,
one second.
yeah, yeah. No issues. Take your time. So by the way, what it will do?
We set the session variable. Right, I mean I will send you just one variable on chat.
Hmm.
Set session.
You sent in chat, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One second. I will send you.
No worries, no worries.
One second. I will writing the this variable name here.
Hmm.
Just I will send you one variable session variable. Whenever we put the session variable name
Hmm.
and then run the so create user, we can see here the password in the hex format.
Okay, so it will convert.
Convert the password
Hmm.
in the hex format. If you want to try here,
So
set session.
I don't think this at the rate is needed here. Show
Uh,
create user. Yeah, it is in X. Yeah, and also it has this thing.
yes,
Zero
yes.
X is added here.
Mm.
Yeah, so in this case, you can just copy
Uh,
paste.
Copy and paste. Create the new. If you want to the create a new user
Hmm.
with the same password, we can easily create that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is like simplify
Yeah.
the other one, right? Yeah, cool, man. This is cool.
Can you come again? What is the purpose of this? I didn't get you.
So actually, in the last session we discussed, right? Like this password hash is something kind of this page issues we have when we create the new user with the same password. We
Mm-hmm.
had with the caching password SHA password plugin, the hash will be like this. You can see the terminal. With the
Yeah.
MySQL native password, there is like a symbol to copy and paste, right? That is like a one line you can copy and paste. But with the caching SHA, there is something will not work due to the you may run out in the space issues. All these things will happen. So
Mm-hmm.
we in the last session we discussed one of the approach to convert this hash to hex code using the hex of function on the authentication underscore string column.
Okay.
Then it will convert this hash to the hex code. Then we need to manually add this. That hex code actually will not contain this prefix. So we need to add that. Then we can use it to create the user with the existing password. So what Amitesh brought up now, this is one of the session variable. When we set this on the session and when we execute this show create user, and what happened when we do select star, select user, comma, post, comma, authentication string from MySQL.user. Let me see. Okay, so. This is not converted. Yeah, but the show create user, you will get the exact hex here. You can easily copy this. So you may need to just replace this user in case if you want to create the new user, or if you want to create in another server with the same user, you can just copy and run it there. It will just,
Okay.
yeah, that's what we are discussing. Cool. And Sai, regarding your thing, man, I was checking. I think no
Yeah.
other way, man. You need to go with two dedicated role.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Fine.
think I was searching for that. Is there any possibilities? But I don't think you need to go with the dedicated role.
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Cool. Fine. Yeah, so let's start with this validate password plugin. So you may already aware, like from this MySQL 8, we are slowly we started moving from plugin to components, right? Plugin to components. So plugin is still there. You can still use the plugin and but what I would recommend is instead of plugin, we can like start uh, get some hands-on on the components. Okay. So for example, show variables like plugin directory. So here you might see all the plugins and components. Okay, in this directory. So these all are pluggable. Okay, so you can plug and unplug like using the install and uninstall command. So here these are all the available plugins and components. If you see here, grep validate. Okay, so if you see here, for this validate password, we have the plugin as well as we have the component as well. Both have the same options. Everything is same only. So you can use any one of it. And also, if you use this, you might see this warning message like it is deprecated and it will be removed in the further releases. So better, let's use the component. Both will provide same functionality, same parameters. Everything is same only. Okay, there is no differences. Okay, so fine. We so in case if you want to see whether any plugins are available or not, maybe some audit plugin or whatever you want to check, you just need to go to the plugin directory and you can manually verify whether you have the plugin or not. Okay, that is the one thing. And also once you are done, here there is a command show plugins. Okay, show plugins. Here also you can see what are the available plugins and what are the plugins are active, what are the plugins are disabled. These all things you can verify using the show plugins command also. And these all informations are from select star from information schema dot plugins table. Okay. So this and show plugins will mostly show the same result. Uh, there is no much difference. Okay. And now uh, when you are installing the plugin, you can check the status here using the show plugins command. You can check the status. But when you are relying on the component, instead of plugin, if you choose to rely on the component, then there is one table inside the MySQL database. Um, select star from component, I think. Uh, COMPON. Okay, spelling. NENT. Component. Okay. So this is currently empty because there is nothing installed so far. Fine. Now let's try to install this component. Okay. So this is the command actually if you want to install the plugin validate password component, you need to use this command. And in case if you want to install the plugin, you need to use install plugin, validate password. You need to tell the zone name. Zone name is .so with the .so extension. Validate password .so. Oh, what happened? Cannot find the symbol. A typo. Typo. This L button is not working properly for me. Validate. Okay. Yeah. So you can see this is installed now. And once you given the show plugins, you can see this validate plugin is active, right? It is active and show variables like validate. You can see all the once you are installed any plugin, you will find the related parameters also. When you are uninstall the plugin, these parameters will go. Okay, for example, now uninstall plugin, this one validate password. Okay, so now I did uninstall. So you can see this, there is a warning I mentioned, right? Show warnings. If you see the warning, validate password plugin is deprecated and will be removed in the future release. Please use validate password component instead. Okay, so it is better we can start with the components. Always we can start ignoring the plugins architecture. Okay, so now it is uninstalled, right? Now if you see this show variables like validate, it is empty set. When you install the plugin, you will receive all the related parameters. Fine. Now this is about plugin, how to install this validate password and uninstall all these things. Now, as I mentioned, let's lay on the component. Okay, to install the component, you need to use this command. For example, install component. You just need to provide the component name. That's it. Okay. So now I'm just enter. That is the installation is done. You can just verify it from select star from MySQL dot PONENTS components table. PONENT. Okay, component table. So here you can see whether if previously it was empty set, right? So once you install the component, you might see the data here. That's it. Okay, you might see the data here. So now this component is installed, and if you see the show variables like validate, now again you can see the same parameters here. The only thing is you might see differently here. For example, validate password length, validate underscore password underscore length. But here, validate underscore password dot length. Okay, so that's it. But you might have all the parameters here as well. Okay.
See,
Um,
what is the difference between the plugin and component?
so plugin is the older infra structure, I would say. So using the plugin now, MySQL is completely trying to get rid of the plugin architecture. Okay. Instead of using the plugin, now they are migrating to the component-based architecture. And what the reason is, there it is kind of simplified from their code basics, something like that. I am not much sure on that. But using that component-based architecture, the code level they can integrate all these things are quite easy. Like avoiding the complexity. Now they are completely converting all the plugins to components. That's it. So you will get the same parameters there to here, same functionality. Everything is same only. Yeah. So what I read initially is there to get rid of the plugin and changing to component is that is something related to their code complex to avoid the code complexity using the plugin. Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, I do not find much differences. This all this just like a um, uh, command. That's it. This install. There you will have something. Here you will have something. But this parameter, everything is same only there and here. Nothing much differences. And they are also introducing some new components thing for the error log related components. There are a lot of things actually. You might find something interesting stuff in the uh, if you go through the all the components, you might find something interesting. For example, one of the thing I was written a blog before is you can I think yeah you can get the JSON format error log. So generally it will be in the line format, right? Maybe it is a CSV kind of format, right? But
Yeah.
using the error log component, you can get the error logs based on the JSON documents. So similarly, you might find something interesting stuff in the component architecture.
Could you send the link for your blog?
Yeah, sure. I will send it on to our WhatsApp channel. Okay. I
Okay.
was written years before to my website. I will send it.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, so now we did install this component, and these are all the parameters available now. So first of all, this validate password plugin or component is mainly used to enforce the uh, complexity of your password. How to say? Like um standardizing the thing or something like you can secure you can allow the people to securely create their password. Okay, for example, you can enforce all these things. You might see these parameters, right? You can tell them what is the maximum length the password should be, and how much case mixed case, upper and lower case, right? Small letter and capital letter should be there that you can tell. And number count, how much number at least. This is actually at least your password should have one number. Okay, if you can set it to three or four, five, whatever, then your password should contain that much of number. Okay, and this policy, we have three policy. I will explain that. And this special character count, how much you should have. All these things are you can define. Now, let's start with this policy. Uh, you have three policy. One is low, medium, strong. Okay, low, medium, strong. If you set it this policy to low, if you set it to low, then only this will be validated. Okay, if you set it to low, then the length only the length will be validated. For example, if my current length is 8 means if I set this policy to low, then it will just enforce the password should have 8 characters. That's it. It will never mind about this special character mixed case. It will never mind about it. It will just enforce the length of the password. Okay. You may have only like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, whatever you can have. Okay. But you should have the 8 characters in your password. That's it. It will if you have the low. Now, if you have medium, the second stage is medium. If you have medium, then it will check the length and this mixed case count, number count, and the special character count. Okay, so within this 8 character or more than 8 character, but it should be at least 8 character. Okay, that's what here it is. Uh, you should have one up mixed case and one number and one special character you should have. Okay. If you set strong, then with all this thing, with all this thing, it will also validate the dictionary file. Okay, I will show that how this dictionary file works. Okay, so it will also, when you set it strong, this all will be taken care. Additionally, it will take care of the dictionary file as well. Okay, so this is about the policy. And apart from that, we have these two parameters also. Check your username and this change characters percentage. I will explain this last. Okay, first let's try to understand these three things. So now coming back to here, as you see, 0 means it is low, it will just check the length. 1 means it is medium, it will check length, numeric, lowercase, uppercase, and the space, sorry, special characters. When it is 2, it is strong. It will also do all the checks until here. Additionally, it will also validate the dictionary file. One second, let me admit. Okay, so additionally it will validate the dictionary file. Okay, so yeah, first how we can address this. First, okay, so let's do one by one here. For example, I am going to set global this to low. Okay, I'm just reconnecting. Show variables like validate. Now you can see this audit policy is low. Sorry, password policy is low. Now let me create one user. Create user, any user. U1 at local host. Okay, local host identified by A B C D E F G. First, let me try to create with A B C D. So if you see, when I'm trying to create a user with ABCD, it is not allowing the password. Your password does not satisfy the current policy requirement, right? Because what we see with the low password policy low, it will ensure the length, right? But my current password have only 4 characters, right? ABCD. Now EFGH. Okay. Now I am able to create the user. You can see here this password does not have any numbers, does not have any special characters, does not have the mixed case, nothing. But it just have this length, right? I'm able to create the user with the password. So this is the low. Okay. Now I'm changing this to medium. Changing this to from low to medium, right? Okay, so it is changed and show variables like validate. Now you can see this is medium. This is medium. Now let me create this same user with the UI2. You can see I'm unable to do that because again your password does not satisfy the current requirement because we change the policy to medium, right? Policy to medium. So now what we can do? Oh man. Now what we can do? We can just update the password with what are the things required? Mixed case. I'm just changing this small a to caps A. And I need one number. I am removing this C to adding one number. I need one number, right? And I need one special character count also. So what I am doing, I'm removing this G and adding some at or whatever I'm adding. Okay. And my password is already 8 characters, right? Eight characters. Now I'm able to create this user with the password. And this is again, it should be minimum 8. Okay. It should be minimum 8. It can be more than anything. Okay. And if you want to create the password with at least 16 characters, then you need to change this parameter to 16. Set global, for example, set global to 16. What happened? Oh man. Yell. Okay, 16. Now if you see, this is 16. So your password should have the length of 16. Now if I'm creating this same user, it should not work. Let's try that. I'm creating one more user, UI3. See, it should not work. So now I need to have something like 1, 2. Let me add some number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So operation create user failed for UI2 user. Okay, UI2 user is already there, right? So I need to change the username here. UI3. I'm able to create. Okay, based on the length. Cool. So this is something you can do with the medium. With the medium means it will validate all the things mostly, uh, apart from the dictionary file. Okay, I'm changing this back to 8. Now let's see how this strong will work. Okay, I'm changing this policy to strong now. Set global policy to strong. Um, hmm, Set global password policy to strong. Show variables like validate. Now you can see this is strong. So now let's see about this dictionary file. Okay. So this dictionary file means that is a text file. That is a text file. There you can add the hint. For example, let me create one file. So you can create anywhere, and but yeah, you need to make sure you need to have the MySQL ownership, and you need to tell the parameter in this parameter. I will show that. For example, I am creating one file, dict.txt. Okay. Uh, okay, this is inside data directory, right? That usually I do not recommend. Okay, this is userlib MySQL. Uh, varlib MySQL. So we might have some MySQL related files folder. Yeah. So I'm going to use this folder, varlib MySQL files. So here I'm going to create dict. You can give any name. Dot text. So here usually when we are creating the password, there are some common passwords are there, right? For example, admin at 123, right? Admin at 123. What are the other things? Welcome at 123. There are some kind of common passwords. Hello world, whatever, world at 123. Some kind of common password, or maybe with something familiar, you may see that people used in your organization. So, to avoid this kind of common passwords, okay. So, what are the common passwords you feel that should not be? You can create the dictionary file and you can put it here. Okay, you can put it here. Now let me save this file. I have added three values here. Okay, so this is actually I created as a root user, right? So let me update the ownership to MySQL. MySQL dictionary. Okay, so yeah, this is now done. If I see this, fine. I have these three values inside this. Okay, now let me log in the MySQL and show variables like validate, right? We have this option is there. So set global this parameter equal to varlib MySQL files. Varlib MySQL files slash dact.txt. Okay, fine. We just set this value. Now let's see. This file is now loaded. Okay, you can see this is the validate password dictionary file, and we provided the complete location and the file name. And this file name contains some we have provided admin welcome, all these things we provided, right? Fine. Now let me create one user. Create user UI4 at localhost identified by let me create with like admin at 321. So now let's see this password. So this password have ADMIN5 at 6321 9 characters. This satisfy this. I have ASA uppercase. So this satisfy this also. I have three numbers. So this satisfy this also. And special character 1 that I already have at the rate. So this satisfy this, right? So now my password is completely satisfied, right? But when I'm trying to create it, you can see your password does not satisfy the current policy requirement. Okay, because I have this exact value, this admin value. Whether it is case insensitive, okay, not case sensitive, because in the file I given admin is completely lowercase, right? But here a is the caps, so it is case insensitive. So when I have this common word in my password, I can you can define in your dictionary file. If anyone is trying to create the password with this this words which you define in the dictionary file, MySQL will not allow. Got it, right? But now if I am changing this to instead of admin, I'm just replacing a to what? Something like z. Okay, I am able to create. Okay, so this is how the dictionary file will work. Okay, so within your organization or in the global, outside, overall, the world, whatever words you feel that is common, that is easily hackable or easily within your organization, people can easily identify. Maybe some common words, right? If you identify something and you don't want to allow the peoples to create the passwords with that specific word, then you can follow this approach. You can create the dictionary file and you can put the words which you feel that is not safe, and you can tell the MySQL to not allow the people to create the password with this. And yeah, so this is how the dictionary file work. And this is the only additional check which will be done when you are using the policy to strong. Okay, medium, low means policy low means that will just validate the length. Policy medium means it will validate most of the thing apart from this dictionary file. When you are using the strong, it will do all the checks which will be done by the medium. Plus, additionally, it will also validate the dictionary file. Okay, so this is about the dictionary file, and there are two more parameters, right? Actually, I was spent a lot of times to figure this out, the use case of these two parameters. So let's see about it, how this is working. Okay, so for example, mm, let's create any of the user here. Uh, let's say create user u I5 at localhost identified by identified by mm, okay, we have some restrictions, right? I think this will work. Okay, so we just created this user. We just created this user. We did not provide any privileges. We did not provide any grants to this user. Okay, now let me again show variables this one. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to set this value to 50. Okay, this is actually the percentage value. Until 1 to 100, you can set any value. I'm just setting this to 50 now. And you can see this check username. This is already on. Okay, fine. I'm reconnecting, and if you see, this is also 50 now. Um, Now, I think better let me open one more terminal here. Um, Now I'm going to log in the MySQL with the user which I created. UI UI5 hyphen P, password is this one, right? This is the password. I'm going to log in. I'm able to log in. Show grants. Show grants. I just connected with the UI5. There is nothing, no grants are there. Okay, just have the usage. That's it. Now the user can reset the password, reset their own password. Okay, reset their own password without any privileges, right? They can reset their own password. Okay, the MySQL. So for that, we need to use this command alter user of means the same session user. It will automatically picked up. Identified by the new password. We need to put the new password here and replace the password which their current password. Okay, actually let me write it. So here we need to put the current password, and here they need to put their new password. Okay, so without any privilege can uh they can reset their own password. Okay, fine. So let's keep this alter here. Now I'm coming back to this session. I connected with UI5 user. Okay, and this is my password. Now I just want to reset my own password for UI5 without root account. Okay, within this session, I'm going to reset my password here. Okay, so for that, this is my current password, right? This is my current password. I am copying that and put it here. This is my current password, and my new password, my new password. I am putting the same thing here, just I'm changing the last number. Okay. Instead of 1, I change the 1 to 7. Okay. Now let me run this command. let me run this command. In this session, you can see your the new password must have at least 4 characters that are different from the old password. It has only one characters different now because we just changed the last 1 to 7. That's it, right? But what it is telling, it should at least 4 characters should be different. So where this is coming from is it is coming from this percentage. Okay, so this is coming from this percentage because the password have 9 characters. This password have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters. So that 50 percentage, it is at least it is telling to change that 4 characters in their password. Okay. Now if I am running this again with 3, 2, 1 instead of 2, I am putting 6 here. What it is telling, now it has only 2 characters different, right? At least it is asking to change 4. Now let me do 6 here. Instead of 3, I am putting 5, and instead of n, I am adding v. Okay, now I am able to reset my password. Right now I am able to reset my password because we changed the 4 characters from here to here. We changed the instead of n we put v, and we replace 3 to 1 with 5, 6, 7. After that I am able to create this user. I am able to reset this password, right? Fine. So this is the use case of this parameter. Validate password change character percentage. So when you are resetting your own password, this is applicable only for resetting your own password. Okay, it will not. So whenever you are changing the password with this replace keyword, then only this is applicable. Okay, so you can just tell. So you can just control like how much characters you should not written in your new password. That is something you can define using this parameter. Okay, fine. So this is now this. Now again, let's see this one, how this will work. Okay, so this for to test this, I am setting this back to low. Set set global set global to low. Okay, I'm reconnecting. Uh, yeah. So currently this is low. Low means it will just validate the length, length of your password, right? Now let me create one password. Create user um, A B C D E F G A B C D E F G H. Okay, H at local host identified by I'm here doing something kind of yeah, at 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more number. Okay, I am just having some 8 character password here. Okay, this is one of the password I just created. Now again I'm coming back to here. Okay, so here set global, I am making it to 0 again. Okay, making this to 0% so that it will not conflict, so we can clearly understand where it is from. That's it. So it is low, which means it will never check anything, it will just check the length only. And this also I made to 0. Okay, now let me go and log in with this user, mysql -u MySQL -u. This is the username -p -p. This is the password. Okay, I logged in. Now show grants. Let me verify where I connected. Yeah, I connected with this user only, ABCDEFGH localhost. Now the same thing, I'm going to reset the password. Now we do not enforce anything here. We are just enforcing the password length only here now. Okay, because our policy is low, right? Now let me copy this. Identified by. Okay, so here I'm going to set this password, and my current password is this one. Current password is this one. I am replacing here. Okay, so I'm just going to change this password to this one. Okay, so let me try to execute this. You can see your password does not satisfy the current policy requirement. Now, within the same command, I am just replacing the A with Z. I am able to create it. Okay, so this makes sense, right? So we already allowed everything. Like this is low. Low means it will never check this 3 and it will only check the 8. It already have 8. It will ignore this also. This also we make 2 0. So only thing is validate password check username is on, which means what it will do. My username is what? ABCDEFGH, and I am trying to set the password to ABCDEFGH. The same as a username. So for that also it is telling your password does not satisfy the current policy requirement. So I did not added any lowercase special character number, nothing. I just changed this A to Z. Post that I am able to reset my password, right? So what blocks here? It it was blocked by this check username. Okay, because when this check username is on, it will not allow to create the password as user, same as username. Okay. So after changing a single character from A to Z, I'm able to create the sorry, I'm able to reset the password. Okay, so this is about this parameter. So now this makes sense, right? We gone through this all these 8 parameters.
If valid password policy will be the medium,
Hmm.
so we can change the same we can use the same password as the username.
With the medium, right? See, when you are
Yeah,
set to medium, then there are other things also there, right? You need to, when it comes to medium, it will start enforcing these things. Special characters.
but we want to the restrict. You do not create the password with the same as the username.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Hmm. Yeah.
then suppose that my name is Amitesh and I want to set my password is Amitesh at the rate 123.
Hmm.
And I want to disallow this password because the past my name is Amitesh and password is the Amitesh is the not just I want to the not create the password with the with a username. So how can we do this?
Mm, okay, that makes sense. I don't think it will. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. But that is something you can achieve. Definitely, you can achieve with the dictionary file. Let's say if you have some 10 or 50 employees, or maybe 100, or how many employees you have, you can put all your employees' name in your dictionary file. then definitely you will not able to create it. If you enforce the policy too
Okay.
strong, whenever you are
Be-
creating the password with, let's say, Amitesh at 123 or whatever, it will not allow because the word is already whitelisted in your dictionary file, right?
Yeah. But in my scenario, we have a one replication server and we provide to the client. They are using this server, but we did not know how many employee it's have. But I want to the force this policy on client side. So how can we do it?
In the client side, this also works when the same user is trying to reset their own password. If
Yeah.
the DBA people are creating the password, they should not do that, right? But here, let me quickly do one testing here. 1 second. So this username is ABCD. So you are creating this ABCDEFGH user, alter user at localhost identified by, you are setting some very strong password. For example, mm, okay, okay, you are setting some strong password. This is done, so you hand over to some user, whatever. Okay, now the user is trying to log in. Um, so the user is logged in, and so anyhow, he is trying to reset the his own password. He identified the password you provided is harder. So he is trying to reset with, as you mentioned, Amitesh at 123 something kind of that. So the username is ABCDFGH, right? Come and see at the rate 123. Oh, they can do. So this will just match the exact username. That's it. So you got this right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So within this, if they are trying to create a same as like Amitesh as a password, then it
Mm.
will restrict. But if they are adding some kind of other characters also, like at 1 2 3 3 2 1, any number, whatever, it will not restrict here. So in that situation, you have the option to do that with your dictionary file. You need to get all the, so whenever you are providing the MySQL access to someone, you can get their username, right?
Because we have created one replication server with some limited tables,
mm,
uh, which one the users by the client, and client asked to us keep is provided one a server where we can manage their data from their own side, only the read only permission, not to be insert, update, and any other things. So we provided the server one with the limited access, I mean the limited tables.
mm,
Suppose we have a on production server, we have the 100 tables, but we provided only the 8 to 10 table. They can make their reports and other things,
mm.
and the server is the read only. But the user management is totally given to the him. So they create the one user which one they required and do the things, other things.
See,
So
that one user is going to be used by multiple people, then I don't think like,
yeah, but I will assign a one person as an admin person
mm,
and provided the password to him. and they can manage their client access on the client side. So that's why we want to the restrict this validation to create suppose that they create a user like a John and try to make the password like John at the rate 123. I want to restricted him. Do not create this such types of password here. So
See,
I'm asking.
if you are providing the access to the database which you are maintaining,
Mm,
then you can 100% you can restrict that kind of password creation by using the dictionary file, right? But yeah, I can understand
okay.
your situation. So whenever you are providing someone else, they are managing or then that you can guide that guy to do these things.
Mm, yes,
Otherwise,
I'm also asked them,
hmm,
but sometime we found that one of the user try to access with they provided us the some sometime we asked him please provide the password we need to some check on the server. They provided him in like a username is John and password is John at the rate 123. I'm telling him multiple times we do not create the such password, but
mhm.
they just
Yeah, so in that case, you can restrict it in multiple way, right? See, you can when you have this plugin, you can increase the password length. They should have some 16 characters
yes
or
yes
yeah, you can
sometimes we are
add more
doing this
complexity, right?
sometimes we are doing this these things, but
Yeah, see, I think there is a lot of way to restrict that. Even they are creating John at 123 or something like that. You can restrict that, right? You can increase the length and you can add the number count, and you can add this mixed case count and this special character count to some 5 characters or whatever. By tuning that, you can they cannot create the simple
yeah.
passwords.
I'm not using the valid password change characters percentage in previous. I will try to with this there. So it's very helpful us to, I think.
Yeah, right. But
Yes.
one
Okay.
more thing is, if you want to restrict the namespace, I would recommend. See, when you are managing, you will be like more. I mean, what I would say is, when you are managing, you can completely you have the control. So who can access what should be there, right? But
Mm,
if you're handovering some non-production environment to their application team, and if you are not managing that, then you can guide the guy who is primarily taking that. And
yeah.
also, instead of allowing the user, if the server is still you have the access, you have some authority on that, then what I would recommend is don't provide the access to um, create the users. You may provide all the other privileges, but with the grant option, that is something you can restrict, right? So there are few ways I think you can address this.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
See, if we uninstall this password component, all these variables will go off, right? Will
Right. There will not be any restriction. So whatever you
yeah.
created, it should be there already.
Mm.
The new modification or new creations will not be restricted. Cool. What is the time?
So there won't be any impact if we anytime we can uninstall and then we can install on the live production server this one, right? So on
Uh,
existed users, there won't be any issue.
yeah, that is right. But there is one parameter, I think, flush force permanent.
Mm.
Uh, flush force permanent. What is that exact parameter name? There is one parameter
So
actually. When you enable
uh,
that, it will not allow you to uninstall on runtime. Like when your server is live, you cannot uninstall the plugins.
Okay.
I will share that parameter in the group.
Okay, no. Before that, actually, just next question. Instead of uninstall, is there any way, any other way to disable for temporarily? See, for example, I want to reset the password. There is a strong this one pass policy we enable. I want to use the same password, so I want to this one instead of uninstall this password component. Is there any other way to temporarily stop this or offline this instead of changing the variables?
I don't think.
We don't have any that
Yeah.
compound level inval make it this one
Inactive
uh,
something.
inactive or something like that.
I
No, right?
don't think. No, I don't think.
Okay.
Because see, this plugin we have plugin functionality. We have the semi-synchronous plugin, Galera plugin, all these things are there. So if you have something like that, then uh, it will it will be the problem, right? Let's say if I'm running the Galera plugin, that provide the synchronous replication. So if I do inactive for some time, then I think that will collapse the entire thing.
No,
So
no, no, not that one. Only this
no,
component
no,
or this.
no. I don't think we have something.
So here plugin or this component both are same, right?
Uh, yeah, both are same,
Uh,
but
it
the
means I mean to say almost the word only different, but actual
correct.
the purpose. Yeah, it means dynamically it will attach the to the binaries.
Yeah, there is something in their code level. That's it. Code level
Yeah,
changes. Yeah.
code level changes, but it's a kind of plugin
Huh.
component
Previously,
also.
yeah, previously they were in the plugin architecture. Now
Mm.
they are moving from plugin architecture to component architecture.
Mm.
Slowly migrating. So still with the latest version 8.4.7, we have this plugin support still. But hopefully, what I'm thinking is from the next major release, we may like get rid of this plugin thing. Not maybe the next major, but going forward in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything else? Cool. So I think the roles topic is still pending. That might take some 10 to 15 minutes, I think. And so we will cover that tomorrow, and we will start with the replication also tomorrow. Okay. So replication topic will be the bigger one, I think. It might take some 5 to 6 sessions. So we will address first. We will start with the replication architecture, basic Winlog based replication setup, filter replication.
Are
Uh,
we going to use like backup and restore in replication? So if it is, we can start with like backup and restore first.
but for that, it would be better if you understand the replication, then it would be easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so better we can start with replication, and when we go with the backup session, that time we will see one thing like how to build the replication with the replica with the backup. That will be added.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, for let's say for the other than root user, if we are giving admin access to new user
Mm.
uh, with that admin option, means grant option, right?
Yeah, with grant option, but usually that is not recommended to provide
That
until it is
grant option we can give with limited access also, like instead of giving grant all.
no, see, actually, whatever the access the user have, they can provide those access to the other users as well with the grant option.
So that means that new user will be equivalent with the root user.
No, no. See, let's say if I am creating another user, let's say root one. So there I am just providing the select, insert, update, delete, but with grant option.
Mhm.
In that case, that root one user can provide the privileges which they have to the other user. They cannot provide all privileges.
Okay, whatever, like if we are giving grant
Ah.
instead of update delete with grant option, that user can give only instead update delete, right? To new user.
It should be like that. But it is the interesting question. Let's test it out. So
Yeah, along with that DML permissions, what all are DDL permissions in MySQL? Is it same like other technologies like Oracle?
actually,
Create, a
I am
drop.
not aware of Oracle. But
Okay,
we have different grants. Like for DDL means we have the creatable alter.
a
I
drop.
will share. I will share the list of grants. So there is a document. So there
Uh-huh.
you will find all the grants which is provided by MySQL. I think I already shared in the group. I'm not remember. I will send to you in the WhatsApp group. Just go through it. You will find all the grants and a short of description about it. So you will get understand on that. There is
Okay.
actually a lot of grants. We have static and dynamic grants. Uh, I will send to you. Okay. Maybe if you have any
Okay.
questions, we can discuss on that in the next session.
Is there a trigger privilege, privilege here? Create
Triggers.
trigger
Yeah.
triggers.
We have.
Okay.
So create user, user root one at local host identified by mm, root 321. Okay. So you mean like let me grant select insert update delete on to root one at localhost with grant option. Okay. So now let me log in with root one hyphen p. Okay. Let me close this one. 1 second. Okay. Cool. Show grants. Show grants. I have these things with the grant option. Now let me see create user tt at local host.
Sri, can you, why is there any specific reason you are giving at the rate localhost? Without that, can't you able to log in?
No. While creating the user, we see that in last session, right? We need to provide a host
Host
before.
name.
Yeah. IP
Okay,
or
okay.
host name. Yeah.
iPhone, iPhone host.
So
iPhone host.
root at 32145 something. Okay, I am able to create the user with this account. Now let me provide a grant all on to this guy access it, right? And now if I am trying to provide select insert update
If
delete.
you try to grant the create permission, you can never provide it in because
Yeah. So this is something like whatever the user
uh, per-
have grant option, whatever privilege the user has, that they can grant. Yeah. That is.
which user has suppose that root one user has a permission like a select insert update and delete, then we create the new user with the only with the select, insert, and update and delete permission. If root one want to the create a user and grant to his permission like a create alter, it's not possible.
Yeah, it should not. That's what we
Yes,
tested with all, right?
yes,
Let's
yes.
test one more thing. Let me try to
On the
provide an
client,
example.
yes, on the client side, we are granted only the select permission with the grant option. That's why they only create the user with the select permission, not to be insert, update, delete, any other thing, other
Yeah,
permission.
yeah, yeah.
So we are we have already working on that.
Okay, okay, nice. So here the thing is, whatever, if the user have grant option, whatever privilege they have,
They are
that can be assigned to the other user.
they only provided only the select, insert, update, and delete permission
Correct,
to
correct,
the other user.
correct.
Otherwise,
Yeah, same question I asked Amitesh. Yeah.
yeah, but even whenever we are select permission, they can never grant the insert permission to the other user.
Whatever power he has, that only he can provide to others, right? It
Yes,
means.
yes, 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 yes.
Mm.
See,
Continue.
one of the my
No, no, no.
question is
Amitesh,
there. Yes, sir, yes,
Sri,
yes.
what he is saying that if we remove that one, select permission, just a grant, insert, update, can you revoke that one from that user?
From which user you mean? Root one
Root
Yeah,
or
one,
the
root one.
root one.
Revoke the insert, update, and delete permission.
No, no, no. Only just select permission. You mean to say
Okay.
if we without select, he can't able to grant insert to delete? He
show
can, right?
for 1 second.
Root one. Mm.
Root one at localhost. So you want to revoke what?
Select.
Select permission.
Revoke select on star dot star.
No, from
Select is the read only
uh,
permission. Select is the read only permission, and we
yeah,
can do that. We can do that if we have and try to create an user and try to give him the permission like a select. We can do that
no, no,
because
no.
select.
My question was if we remove the select,
Uh,
we can grant that remaining one, right? Insert, update, delete to other users.
So now we just revoke this select.
Now, can you grant that one? We can grant, right?
We can grant these three privileges now.
These three privileges, yeah.
Yes.
Try to give that read-only permission to new user. U1 something you created, right?
Okay. That's cool. We can test it.
but you will log in with the root one user, na?
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah, I logged in with root user. Let me log in with root one.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now let me pick any one of the user here. I'm picking this one. For before that, currently I have show grants. It should be insert, update, delete. So now we want to test to grant only the select, right? Grant select on star dot star 2 at localhost. It's not. Okay.
Only right purpose, right privilege there, but read only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever privileges are available, then only those only can.
And last session we did not cover that bind address and all also, right, Sri? Or we already covered bind address something in
Bind address.
parameter file we can control with that bind address also, right? Through bind address and escape networking.
Okay, so we will address that, okay? Those parameters, right? I think last session we see about this one, skip name resolve.
Escape name result we checked, but escape networking and bind address they're like a
So I
two.
thought to cover those parameter in this, I mean, we see about the parameters, right? That
Yes.
time we can focus on that one.
Yeah, we can limit through as per the host, right? Through the bind address.
Bind address means you are telling to MySQL to bind the port on which address. For
Yeah,
example, you can bind the 3306 port to localhost means no one can access from outside.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something.
We can control as per the host, right? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we are giving all, that means all user can access. Otherwise, specific host also we can provide. No?
Correct, correct. So usually we do that private network IP so that MySQL can be accessible on the within the private network.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
See, one of my question is that how can we find the last login time for any user?
Lost login time. I don't think the previous versions we don't have that option, but I think one second in the newer version I remember we have that. Show tables like this is variable info users last login time. I think we have that in the newer.
No, that is kind of audit, right? Last login.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is
yes.
yes, but
Log status.
log status I don't think.
There
Oh,
is auditing also we'll discuss, right, Sri?
yeah, we do. Log status, no,
Mhm.
it is not right.
Yes, yes. This, no.
But I think in the newer version, I remember man, last login time, right? Login. Mhm. I will get back on this. Okay. I will
Okay,
check if there any possible way. But from my understanding, we may have something in the newer versions.
okay.
Yeah, I will get back.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
For this one in replication, just I'm asking out of this topic, today's topic. So, for example, any query, if it is successfully completed on primary server, okay,
Mm.
and while it is applying on replica server, so is there a chance to this one unable to extend temp table space or something? Because both are same structure, primary and replica.
I think I did not get your question. So you have the replication, primary replica. Both have the
Yeah.
same structure. So what is your question exactly?
The query was executed successfully in this one on primary server.
Primary. Okay.
So it written in binary logs and bin logs applied in the this one replica. That is what the replication, right?
Mm.
So while applying into the this one replica server,
Mm.
while executing that query in replica server, is there a way? Is there a why it has been thrown an error like unable to extend temp table space? That query got failed.
Yeah,
That
there
was
is
unable.
a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance it happened. Okay, so that once that query fail, that it won't this one continue, right? Replication until we fix that issue.
Yeah, you need to.
So
But what
until
is
the
the
if
reason why it was failed?
no, that is what actually that issue has come. This one unable to extend the temp table space issue.
But
Yeah,
if
though when we checked it after some time,
Mm.
we have enough temp table space. For example, it is around 50 GB temp table space is the
See,
dedicated temp
actually,
file
this
system.
when your temp table is hitting your disk space,
Mm.
it should be quickly recovered. When that is failed, when the failure occurs, on the same time, it will remove the used
Mm, that,
space.
uh, that's fine. Anyhow, it will come back again. That all the empty, it will become a free again. So my question was, when it executed fine and primary, why it fails in the replica?
Yeah, so see, actually, that's what I'm telling. We need to check
Mm,
why it was failed, right? So what I'm telling
mm,
is, you mentioned that you were checked after some time. So
mm,
what I'm telling is, so whenever your temp tables are created in your server, when the failures occur, let's say there is some my partition have some 20 GB and there is one temporary table getting built up around 17, 18, 19. It is almost 20 and it is not able to complete the job, so the job got terminated. Let's say that a SQL thread is terminated. When it is get terminated, the session is closed, right? On the same time, within a second, your disk space will be again come to the normal. So what I'm coming to say here is, when you, as you mentioned, after you mentioned that you were checking after some time, right? So when you are checking that time, your disk space might be normal. Maybe there during that
No,
event.
I know, I understood that. My
Mm.
question is here, why it didn't execute on replica server, though that same the file structure. For example, if the primary, the temp file system size is 50 GB, or the this one replica also temp file system size is 50 GB.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is
So
your build of
On the replica side, you will open the multi-thread,
no,
single thread.
no,
so
same yeah, yeah, single thread only.
Suppose that you have opened the multi-thread, there the multiple queries are running the same time, according to
Hmm,
your databases, and
correct, correct.
the temp size will be increasing according the query. That's why one of the query is because the on the master it will be running on the single thread. Okay,
That's true, but
that's
it is
why.
not there. No, it is not implemented multi-thread in the this one replica side. And also, just there were three replicas. It failed only in one replica. Other two replicas it executed fine, and one more on primary also it executed fine.
I think you
Uh,
are using 8 plus, right? So as Amitesh mentioned that multi-thread is by default until you are changing it to single thread. By default, you will the replication is multi-threaded. Okay,
mhm.
but
Where in replica server?
yeah, replication should be multi-thread.
Uh-huh.
So you can see this variable show global variables like replica. So this is the replication parallel workers is there, right? So this is
Mm,
four. So by default, you will get four threads, to four SQL threads to apply the events. But yeah, so what I would say is, need more details. Um,
mm,
so like what that replica is like used by the application. So you mentioned, right? Three replicas are there. Only this replication side you got this proc. So this replication, any other jobs you are running or any reporting, anything you are running comparing to the
mm,
other two replicas. So I would recommend to check the error log.
mm.
Error log you may find something useful, and if possible,
What is the
then
size of
No,
relay log? What is the size of relay log? Which one the write to on the replication servers?
mhm,
What is the size when what is the size of the relay log? Are you check that time?
no, didn't check that one. No,
Okay.
actually, I got surprised. Like, is it the file system size on both the servers are same, but due to the In primary and other replicas, it executed fine. Why in this particular replica only it got failed? So that was my curiosity. So you mean to say that when the parallel threads are running in replica side, in the sense it might be the same strategy was using on other replicas as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
same
what
parallel
trying to
thread.
understand.
Mm.
Do you have any additional load on this replica or not?
No, nothing.
Nothing, right? So better,
Yeah.
I would suggest to check the error log and if possible,
Mm.
share the complete error, show slave status
Mm.
output. You might see some error, right? Just send it in the group or
No. Sometime back it was there. Okay. Not recent issue. Just okay. Anyhow, we'll
hmm.
get understand more things in tomorrow's replica session. Replica build.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, and replication. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Anything else, guys? Nothing we can.
Which table can check actually just previous see for example if you don't have binary logs,
Hmm.
so from performance schema which table can we check that previous running queries, see so and so see at that particular point of time what all are the queries were running.
I don't think that you will check all the flow like slow queries that will capture the slow queries, but in the performance schema, you will see some events related tables. For example,
That history queries, history information can't we
yeah,
check in
that will not keep more.
event transaction history or event transaction history like what
Yeah. So you can check this event statements history long.
okay.
So and even transaction history. So these tables will be useful, but you will not get the like a very big like very long data. It will not keep. So it will keep
Uh-huh.
some 1,000 or 10,000 last SQL statements only by default. So it will not keep. If you want to see, if you want to check some 1 week before or 10 days before data, then it is not possible.
Okay. At least for 1 hour, 2 hours data,
Yeah,
we can check it.
that you can get. Yeah, based on your load, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool, cool guys. Then we can wrap off today. We'll connect tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Okay.